Stepped on the scene, dripped in Celine. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty. Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, should Floyd Mayweather return to fight Terence Bud Crawford? Now, one thing I see about topics we discuss is some people will be like, oh, well, that's a dumb question, or why would you ask that? If you feel that way, then don't watch the video. It's that simple. But there's someone on this panel who believes that Floyd Mayweather should come out of retirement to fight Terence Bud Crawford. And I'll turn it over to you, G. What do you say about this?
Yeah, well, I'm the gentleman who says, hell yeah. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because it's not just the payday, right? But usually people are like, yo, who's the greatest boxer of all time? And, it's usually like, hey, Ali, Tyson. Sometimes people say Floyd, you know what I'm saying? But like Floyd had his Manny Pacquiao, but that performance from Pacquiao was like, you know what I mean? And they were saying Pacquiao had an injury, all of that stuff in the shoulder. So it kind of taints like the legendary status of Floyd Mayweather. But based upon TC's performance against Spence, right? If Floyd could come back, right, get in shape, like fight in shape, and defeat Terence Crawford, who's right now in his prime, that's to me, like, that solidifies him as legendary status, And so, and not to mention, like, that would, I think, would do huge pay-per-view numbers, because Floyd, one thing was back then, Floyd made so much money off of people hating on him, right? So now, what will haters do if they see a guy that they actually believe has a strong chance of finally knocking out Floyd Mayweather? Bro, they throwing their money, they throwing their whole wallets towards that fight. Dudes will bet their mortgages, you know what I'm saying, to see Mayweather get knocked out. So I think it'll be a huge payday for Floyd. It'll be a huge payday, obviously, for TC as well. You know what I mean? This is like career high money for all these gentlemen. So that's why I think it'll be like a great fight. Now, I don't know if, Floyd does those exhibition fights, but those, obviously that's not real competitive professional level fighting. But, I he's old, but he ain't old. You know what I mean? I still think Floyd's just a superior specimen when it comes to his metabolism, his body, and all of that. I think he can get in boxing shape within a couple of months, and he can make it happen. So I think definitely, if I was Floyd, and not to mention Floyd has, he has a problem with spending money. I'm pretty sure he has great investors, but the way this dude spends on expensive cars, Rolexes, cars, women, all of that stuff, bro, he's gonna need a re-up soon. And why not do pretty much this biggest lick possible with TC?
All right, I hear what you're saying, but Floyd's already legendary. Floyd's already 50-0, the largest pay-per-view attraction in the world, making more money than some of these fighters make for actual fights off exhibitions. I don't really see what would entice him to come back against TC. Just because the world wants to see you lose, it doesn't mean you have to oblige. Like when Andre Ward left the game, he said, I watched his documentary, SOG, which is on Showtime. If you have the chance, you should check out Andre Ward's documentary. He said people kept saying when he retired, why retire now? You have one more fight in you. And what he said was, why can't I just have one more in me? Like, why can't I retire with that one more fight in me? That one more good fight in me, why can't I keep that? Why can't I retire with that? Why can't that just be mine? And I feel like too many times fighters get enticed by the bag, and that's what makes them come back. So yeah, you're right. Floyd could come back and sell his O if he wanted to. I mean, maybe you feeling in your heart that he could be competitive with Terence Bud Crawford, but I feel like he's 46 years old. Terence Bud Crawford is 36 years old. Floyd hasn't had a
Floyd's 46.
Yes.
Oh.
Floyd hasn't had a real fight in a long time. His last real fight was Conor McGregor. And Floyd, pretty much went out on an exhibition. It was really supposed to be Andre Berto, and Andre Berto was supposed to be his swan song before that. So what was his last real competitive fight? I think Floyd Money Mayweather has done enough. I mean, there's always that question. Does he need money? How badly does he need money? For example, they say Manny Pacquiao was considering coming back, looking for another real fight. Some people feel like it may be because Manny Pacquiao needs money. But when all is said and done, I think Floyd has already reached GOAT status. There's no more he needs to do to add to his legacy. He's the highest grossing fighter in the history of the sport of boxing. And what's impressive about Floyd Money Mayweather is he did that when it was usually the heavyweights that generated all the money. Floyd was the one who flipped it to the little guys getting that type of money, the 147 pounders. And that led to Canelo being able to get that money, which is leading to now TC and Earl Spence being able to get that money. So Floyd's a pioneer in his own right. So yes, he can come back at 46 years old and fight Terence Bud Crawford, who's no spring chicken. But that would just be him selling his old, I feel like, because quite frankly, if he beats Terence Bud Crawford, people are still going to find a way to discredit that victory from Floyd Money Mayweather. In my eyes, that's when they'll turn to TC and be like, well, Spence really wasn't that good. So, yeah, for real. So, I mean, they're already saying that. Some of the people in our comment section, how could you fools not know he was going to beat Spence because Spence wasn't that good to begin with? So
Spence had a headache before the fight.
Spence girl drugged him, all types of stuff. But all I know is Floyd Money Mayweather had the perfect exit for me, and I'm satisfied with it. He made his money. He left the game 50-0. And I feel like that's the way he should want to leave it. 50-1 will only make the people who hated him happy. And so it would just be him selling his O to make people happy. And I think hopefully Floyd loves making the haters mad with that O, so he wouldn't jeopardize that. I hope he has more integrity than that. That's my take on it. Dollar Bill?
Listen, no. No, he will be his good. No, he's 46 years old. We got 10 years on the kid. You know what I'm saying? No, leave it. Let it go, man. This can be like we have this issue all the time, right? And Kaden, you brought this up plenty of times on this show. There can be more than one great. There can be more than one great. You know what I'm saying? These guys Floyd had his era. TC claims this is his era. It's okay. Michael Jordan had his era. Kobe had his. It's okay. Muhammad Ali had his era. Mike Tyson had his. It's okay. It's okay for everybody to have their own, and it be fine. Without having to piggyback off of somebody else's or somebody saying, oh, this one is better than. No, they both great. And they both can go down as great Hall of Famers without even having to step in the ring with each other. I think that is silly, But shout out to Floyd Mayweather and shout out to TC. But I don't think that Floyd doesn't have to at all. He doesn't have to. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Feeling the love today, man. It's the Boxing Bros.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me? My money right. Became so cold in my cell, all them lonely nights. Stay 10 toes.